Hi there! Have you ever wondered what poetry has to do with mathematics? I'm doing a series where I try to connect topics that people don't usually associate with mathematics to mathematics, and this is episode 0, part 1. Welcome to The Maths Behind Poetry, part 1. Okay, so let's start off by thinking about rhyming schemes. This poem, for example, has a rhyming scheme of ABAB, meaning that the first and third line rhyme and the second and fourth. And now the obvious question is, how many possible rhyming schemes do we have? With 3 lines, we could have AAA, AAB, ABA, ABB, and ABC. So there's 5 possible rhyming schemes with 3 lines. With 4, it turns out that there's 15. With n lines, how many are there? And actually, it turns out this problem isn't quite as easy as you may think right now. If you want to solve yourself, I'll give you 3 seconds to stop this video. 3, 2, 1. Okay, mathematically speaking, assigning a rhyming scheme to a set of n lines is the same as grouping those lines into k different groups, or as mathematicians would say, we partition the lines. And the total number of partitions, of course, has a name in mathematics. It's called the Bell number of those partitions. And the Bell number of 6 is already 203, and it can be calculated with this very ugly formula here. If we plug 10 into this formula, we get over 100,000. So the Bell numbers grow really, really, really quickly. But back to poetry, I then did some computer analysis and downloaded a lot of poems onto my computer, and I specifically focused on poems with 4 lines, and I found out that 3 rhyming schemes dominate the poetry world, and it's ABAB with 46% of occurrences in my database, then AABB with 31% of occurrences, and ABCB with 15% of occurrences. And this raises the fun question if all possible rhyming schemes with 4 lines or more lines have already been used. So I did some research again, and unfortunately every one of those 15 possible rhyming schemes of length 4 has already been used. However, I found one of length 5 that maybe hasn't been used. It's ABCDC. I couldn't find any poem that uses it, so if you want to be the first person to ever use that, you might be if you write a poem in the comments right now. I don't know. However, of course, if you just care about being the first person to ever use a certain rhyming scheme, just choose a really, really long one, like ABCDF, ABDE. That's of length 10 and is randomly chosen. There's over 100,000, as we found out, of length 10, so it's quite certain that that has never been used before. Okay, that concludes part 1 of the maths behind poetry. Part 2 will be about building a very simple language model, kind of like ChatGPT, to produce poetry. If you have ideas for future episodes of the maths behind, then be sure to leave them in the comments. Also, I'd always appreciate some feedback, and see you next time.